lovely people. Now, I know it's been a long time. It's been a very, very, very long time. But I am back. And so, I'm going to tell you about what I've been doing or what's been happening, but I'm also, to get back in the swing of things, to get back into the swing of YouTube, I am going to do the autumn reading tag. Because like so many other people, I love autumn. I think it's just the most beautiful season with all the changing colours of the leaves, and you get really crisp autumn days that are sunny and bright but cool at the same time. And yeah, I love it. I love just snuggling up inside, and I love also like when it rains outside really, really heavy and you're inside and you're in bed or on the sofa. I know there is actually a name for that, but I find it really, really relaxing. So where I've been, I have moved interstate. So we were up in North Queensland in the tropics, where there is no, well, there are seasons, but there's no normal seasonal weather as I know it from England. It's more hot and hotter. So you get 25 degrees year round, and then you get about 3 or 4 months of the wet season where the humidity jumps up to like 90%. We drove down to Melbourne, so we moved down to Melbourne. It took us 3 days to drive down, and we're in Melbourne now. And it's not actually autumn here, it's spring. On to the autumn reading book tag. Okay, so question 1. Are there any books you plan on reading over the autumn season? Yes, there is. Of course there is. I can't have autumn without reading some amazing books. Okay, so lately I have been really getting into the Peter Grant series by Ben Aronovich, and I've been absolutely loving this series. I'm on book 4, Broken Homes. It starts off with Rivers of London, it goes to Moon Over Soho, then Whispers Underground, and then Broken Homes. And basically it's about this constable, Peter Grant, and he is part of the Metropolitan Police, and suddenly he gets involved in a special branch of the Metropolitan Police that deals with the supernatural and magic, and it's urban fantasy meets, you know, modern London, and it's just fabulous. The lead character is really, really strong, he's really likeable, and also Ben Aronovich has an amazing, you can just tell, he has amazing love and knowledge of London. And it's so fascinating, the fact that we're learning all about this magical world that exists in our world, but also all these pockets of London, all these secret sort of undiscovered areas, locations that are lying just under our feet or just under our noses that people don't notice or realise. And it's fabulous. It's really slick and witty, and yeah. So, but I think I'm going to be doing a more in-depth review of these books because I've got a lot to say. There's certain things that I don't like, but mostly I'm loving it. Another book that I definitely want to get to is East of Eden. I heard Leslie from Words of a Reader talk about how much she loved this in her Long Books Worth the Commitment video. I also heard, oh gosh, brain function. Hello. Amanda Center, yes. Amanda Center said how much she loved this book, and ever since then I saw it in a bookshop late one night while we were walking around the city in Melbourne. This is why I love city living. You know, bookshops are open on a Friday night at 9:30. You know, most people would probably want to go out clubbing or something, but me, I see a bookshop and I'm like, yes, that's where I'm going. Eat out and then go to the bookshop and then go home and then curl up with a good book. I'm so old. Yes, so that's another one that I really, really want to get into. I do want to read some gothic horror sort of really gritty, sort of like Rebecca-esque Daphne du Maurier. So if you've got any books that you think I should pick up, please leave it in the comments below, because I'm always up for suggestions. I've just watched Jen Campbell's suggested Halloween reads, and now I'm like frantically adding to my TBR. So next question. September brings back to school memories. What book did you most enjoy studying, and what were your favourite and least favourite school subjects? I loved studying Jane Eyre. I loved that book to death. I also absolutely loved The Woman in White. I did sensation fiction for my dissertation at university, so The Woman in White, Lady Audley's Secret, Uncle Silas, loved all of those books. I absolutely adored them. Favourite and least favourite school subjects? Obviously, I love English. I did English literature at university, loved English literature. And drama. I did like a joint degree. I did English literature and drama together, so I love those subjects. I love reading a text and then picking it apart and then debating about it. I absolutely adore that. Also drama, because you get to be somebody else. It's nice to branch out and to be somebody else for a while and explore somebody else's life through drama and theatre. Least favourite, maths. Hated maths. I think it's because I had a really crap teacher. I used to love it, and then I was put in a class with him and he just killed. It's amazing what a good teacher will do for you, because he just killed any love that I had for it, and he just made me really nervous. So every time I approached a problem in maths, I would just clam up and just get really nervous and not be able to think straight, and it's the same to this day. I still have that, oh, maths. So, anyway. October means Halloween. Do you enjoy scary books and films? If so, what are some of your favourites? Yes, 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 yes. I love scary films. I love scary books. I loved The Woman in Black by Susan Hill. I really want to read We Have Always Lived in the Castle? I got it on audiobook, but the narrator just like, oh, I just couldn't. Do you ever get that? Like, you've got a book that you really want to read, and then you listen to the narrator and you're just like, oh my gosh, no, I can't. Like, I'm gonna have to pick up a copy, because the narrator just was too grating on me, to be honest. I recently listened to The Shining. It was fantastic because we didn't have internet for like a month and a half when we moved down here, and I downloaded books on my audio, and The Shining was one of them, so I really, really enjoyed that. In terms of films, oh my gosh, there's so many. Classic, Halloween. I mean, you can't go wrong with the original John Carpenter's Halloween, because it's just fabulous. It's spawned so many films after it. It's so well paced. It doesn't only rely on jump scares. You know, it's one of the first horror films that took everyday suburbia and took a monster and placed it in that setting. I love the music. I love everything about it. I love Halloween. Other ones that really freaked me out was Sinister. That was a really scary film. The Descent, so claustrophobic, but really strong female characters, and that film really looks at the relationships between people and how much we know about somebody else, and how I'm not going to say any spoilers on this channel unless I will just like tell you straight out what I'm going to say. Strong female characters, and it looks at how we behave if we find out something about someone that we thought we knew, if our trust is completely eroded and yet you're in a situation of survival, how that has to be put aside, or can you put that aside in order to survive? And I find that element of the film, I think, was really, really clever. And yeah, but if you don't like claustrophobia, then you might want to give that a miss. But if you really want to be scared to death, that one is definitely up there. I also love, like, a lot of people miss that off their lists, but like Jaws. Jaws has such a believable monster that it makes it even more terrifying. I mean, I don't know about you, but when I was a kid, after watching that, I didn't even want to go to the swimming. Jaws, which is a totally believable monster, and yet I live in Australia, where, you know, in terms of nature, they have some really badass creatures, both in the water and on land, that are truly scary. And I also love, like, the other classics, like you've got The Exorcist, you've got Psycho, you know, oh, there's so many great. I think horror films, they're so underrated, you know, and they're so sort of discounted for some of the most compelling and thought-provoking. It really strips down to like the bare bones of human nature and what people are capable of, and yeah, I just think some of them are so underrated. And then you've also got the great comedic sort of horror as well. I mean, one of the ones that I absolutely love is The Burbs with Tom Hanks. I mean, it's so funny and unsettling, and yet it's perfectly creepy as a Halloween film to watch. Another one would be Hocus Pocus. Scary books as well. Bird Box by Josh Malerman. If you want a really creepy, unsettling read, I mean, this it's an apocalyptic book, but it's so sort of real. It's pick this up. Next one. With November, it's time for bonfire night and firework displays. What's the most exciting book you've read that really kept you gripped? This year, I would say The Girl on the Train. That really kept me gripped the entire time. I loved also The Girl with All the Gifts. So, what book is your favourite cozy comfort read? I would say anything by Karen Slaughter. I know that's going to sound really, really bizarre, but she is a great crime writer, and her characters are so well crafted, her plots are always fantastic, and you just get completely immersed in the story, and her female characters are really strong, which I like as well. And yeah, she would be definitely one of my cozy comfort reads, as bizarre as that sounds, because there is some very, very, very dark themes in her books, but in saying that, it's definitely a comfort read for me. Another one would be Agatha Christie. Love Agatha Christie. When I was at uni, we actually watched a documentary in which they said that Agatha Christie novels were as addictive as crack cocaine because of the formula that they have. There's a certain formula to them that releases serotonin in our brains, and we love the solution at the end, and the bad guy always gets it and the good guys always win. That emotive feeling from those stories gives us a real high. The fact that it's all neatly tied up with a bow, and the elation that the good guys have won. So I found that really interesting, that, you know, that's why so many people might perhaps love Agatha Christie. I don't know. But yeah, that is definitely a cozy comfort read for me. Curled up with a good book, what is your hot drink of choice? Now, it was Twinings. Is it Twine? It is Twinings, isn't it? It's not Twinnings, it's Twine. Yeah, Twinings, Louise. Twinings English Breakfast, honey and vanilla. I absolutely love this. We got it when we first, I got this when we first moved to Melbourne, and we were living in a temporary place, and I got it in the local shop near there. And now we've moved into a permanent place and I can't find it anywhere, and it's really annoying because I really enjoyed this. But in saying that, I picked up a chamomile honey and vanilla one, so I'm gonna try that and see what that's like. But I love a good cup of tea. I love a flat white coffee as well, a good made coffee. I love the smell of coffee as well. I love like going to shops and having like, when they've got all like the beans out and things like that, and you can just smell them. It's, oh, lovely smell. So yeah, that would be my hot drink of choice. any plans you're looking forward to over the next couple of months? Well, I'm hoping to get work. That would be great, to get a job, because I haven't got one yet and I'm really climbing the walls. So hopefully I'll be able to find some employment soon. That would be good. I'm doing some studying alongside, so I'm actually looking forward to that, getting involved in my studies, and we might go to Bali at Christmas, which would just be amazing. To get to Bali from Australia is quite a simple trip, which is really, it's kind of like, to Australians, Bali seems to be a bit like the Costa del Sol in Spain. Do you know what I mean? It's very accessible. A lot of people will go there for sort of short breaks and things like that. So, I mean, that would just be mind-blowing to me. I've always wanted to go to Bali. So, we might do that. But the other thing is, I'm looking forward to summer. I love autumn, don't get me wrong, but I am looking forward to a bit of sunshine. So, I'm so spoiled, aren't I? Seriously. Come from the tropics, and then I want seasonal. See, when we were in the tropics, I kept saying how much I miss the seasons, which I do, I do love the seasons. But, like, I feel like I've had a winter now, and I want a bit of sunshine as well. I'm British, I'm never satisfied with any weather, apparently. So yeah, that is... Oh, and the other thing I've been loving lately, we've started up doing Bikram yoga, which is like hot yoga, and I've been loving it. It's so hard, but I'm really enjoying doing the classes, and continuing with that I'm definitely looking forward to, because I've noticed that my flexibility is getting better, and it's so relaxing. You just get to shut your head off for a while, so yeah. But other than that, I would love for you guys to tell me what you've been reading lately, if there's anything that you would recommend for sort of October reading. That would be fantastic. So yeah, I hope all of you guys are well. I hope everybody is happy and healthy, and you're looking forward to the rest of this lovely season. So take care, guys, and I will see you again soon. Bye!